I have this glass mason jar that I washed and dried. And the first thing you want to do is get some rubbing alcohol. And with a cloth, I just applied it all over the jar and allowed that to dry. I'm using this candlestick just as a place to put my glass while I paint it. And I'm using some Wise Owl white primer first, and using a foam brush and getting one full coat all over the jar. Now I do have 3 jars, so anything you see me do, I repeated 3 times. Once that dried, I do wait overnight. I did my first coat of Snow Owl by Wise Owl, and all these products you can find at chalkitupfancy.com. And I repeated this process on the other 2 jars. And then I did a second coat of Snow Owl. And then allowed that to dry. Then I took a piece of sandpaper and did a little distressing, and I was concentrating on the words in the front that said ball mason jar. But you can distress however you'd like, as much or as little. And this also just smooths out the paint and gives you a nice smooth surface. And I did this 3 times. I found these transfers at the Dollar Tree, but I first wanted to cover my entire mason jar with the Wise Owl 1 hour enamel, as I'm learning that transfers enjoy having this little bit of a finished surface, and they go on so much nicer, and I just get a better outcome. So again, I found these at the Dollar Tree. And I started out by just cutting out all the sayings. A lot of this has to do with food. So there's little spoons, there's little sayings, there's a plate, there's some roses. It was really cute. Again, it's all food related. And I just took a small pair of scissors because there's not a whole lot of space between each of the items. And there you go. You have all my little pieces. So now that my mason jars are completely dry, I just made a plan of making a little collage of all these little sayings and all these little pieces. And I'm using my transfer stick that comes in our transfers, and it worked great. If you don't have one, you could either use a popsicle stick or a quarter. I feel those 2 objects would work. I was really, really surprised at how well these transfers worked, being the fact that they came from the dollar store. They did have other ones. They had some that were patriotic, and they did have some that were greenery. And these go on just like our transfers, where you take off the sticky back, or the protective back, you lay it down, you rub, and then pull it up, and it's there. And even on the parts where it said ball or any raised areas on my mason jar, there was absolutely no problem, and they laid down fine. They're almost made out of foil. They're like a transfer that's a foil. This one says the food is the ingredient that binds us together. Different sayings like that. Some are in cursive, some are in bold. This says bon appetit. And again, these were very, very easy to apply. I just want to take the time so you can see the different pieces that I had. Here's a little spoon and knife. And again, I found these at the Dollar Tree. And if you enjoy this tutorial, you guys can go check us out on YouTube and our webpage now. Moving along. So here you go. I have all 3 done. So I found these spoon, knife, and fork. They came in a set of, I think there was like 3 each. And I took this Shortcuts spray paint. It's one of my favorite golds. And I sprayed 1 fork, 1 knife, and 1 spoon out of that package because they were silver and they would not have matched my project. So I wrapped some twine around the mouth of the jar and I wanted to hang these, the spoon, knife, and fork. So I found these little wooden tags also in the same section of Michael's that I got the spoon, knife, and fork. It's like in the mixed media art area. And I'm using my E6000 to glue the silverware to the tag so I have something to hang down from the jute around the mouth of the mason jar. This was a really simple project. I had a lot of fun making it, and I am going to use it as a silverware holder for the summer. These are gold plastic silverwares that I found at Christmas Tree Shop. Thank you so much for watching. Go check us out on YouTube or our webpage, chalkitupfancy.com. Thank you so much for watching.